What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Wayne. We back in the building with a YouTube video. Hold on. Like I said, yeah, we in the building with another YouTube video. We back. Got the last part of the last girl from the last Arlette show. So we gonna go ahead bang this joint out, and then I'm gonna run to the gas station to get some paraphernalia needed to consume my medication, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to read this story.
No. Anyway, so yeah, we gonna finish this joint, and then I'm gonna go to the gas station to get some paraphernalia so I can consume my medication. Anyway, let me go ahead and put it up on the screen. So as y'all see, we right here. This is where we left off. So yeah, let's get it.
Okay, let's bring out our next single lady. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Brittany.
Brittany, how old are you?
38.
And what do you do?
I'm a clinical lead for a research company, and I also co-own Sunset Falls Healthcare. It's a mental health outpatient treatment center in Tucson.
Oh, nice. Okay. And what are some things you
Big business. You know what I mean? Shout out to you.
like to do for fun?
So I'm real spontaneous. I enjoy like just waking up on Saturday mornings and deciding that day what I'm gonna do, because I don't like to plan too far in advance, but like I'll wake up, go to the beach, like take a drive. If I'm in Tucson, I'll drive to San Diego.
Wow.
If I'm in Houston, I'll drive to Galveston. I mean, that beach is not the best, but hey, I'm gonna stick by it. That's what we got.
Now, if you getting in the beach in Galveston, nigga, shout out to Donald Trump for renaming it Gulf of America. You know what I mean? If you going down getting in that Gulf of America water, you don't love yourself properly. No. That's just what I think. Ain't no way I'm gonna go to Galveston, Texas. What's that? Corpus Christi. Was it Texas A&M? All that area down there, College Station. Ain't no way I'm gonna go down there and get in the damn water in Galveston, Texas.
Yeah, you have to read this story.
No, thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. Anyway, yeah, don't y'all, if y'all in Texas, don't just go somewhere else. I don't know what the one in San Diego's like. I imagine it's prettier because of maybe the one, like, it's the Pacific Ocean is a little bit better. I don't know, but the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico is shot. That's all I know. Off rip. You going down there, you bathing in acid to me. But anyway, let's get it.
I'm sick beside it. Also, I enjoy like giving back. I like feeding the homeless.
Nice.
I enjoy a lot of different things. I'm kind of random. DIY, like I'll look up different YouTube videos on like how to lay laminate floors and try to do it.
Okay.
It's random. But yeah, I just like to have fun,
Nice.
Yeah.
And now what do you look for in a man?
Shout out to her.
So I like a guy that is really confident, a guy that is like knows the value of a woman, a man that is God-fearing for sure. I want him to.
Ain't nothing worse than a smart dumb nigga.
He just had to sneak in there. This God friend thing, I promise you. Shout out to Blacklight Podcast. Lexi. Listen, I've seen some of his videos and he has the same critique. I have a little bit of a different critique on it, but his is pretty much 80% the same. Y'all don't care about it. Y'all be living the most sacrilegious lives and then just come in here and say, I want somebody who's God friend. It's like, come on, shorty. y'all don't want that. Don't even say it, because it ain't even something you actively want. Like I that's just me. I'm not gonna go too far in on it, but come on, y'all. We gotta do better. Quit saying that. Just for y'all to meet somebody and then have a baby by them in 3 months. Like, get pregnant in 3 months just for meeting the guy, but he needed to be God's friend. Like, if you don't
You have to read
shut your
this
goof
story.
ass up, like. Anyway,
Have a relationship with God, you know, and like instead of just checking off a box, like I went to church on Sunday, like I prefer for him to try to spend some time in the presence and to cultivate that relationship.
Ain't nothing worse than a smart dumb nigga.
okay, and do you have to go to church to be in the presence of God? This ain't no dig to her or slight to her, but okay, you don't have to go to church to find God. You don't have to be in a church to receive God. So, like, what are we doing? Like, oh my goodness. I know, like, as soon as a girl gets to talking about God, like, it's just either going to be 80-90% wrong, unfactual. God ain't say a man to do it. It ain't in that book. And all the stuff that she is going to say out her mouth, she ain't going to do none of it anyway. The stuff that she's suggesting the guy does, she's not going to do. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Girls are going to say it, especially on these pop the balloon shows. They just going to keep coming on here saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. Y'all don't believe in it. It's stupid to even ask. You know what I mean? A girl will have a whole OnlyFans, 2 baby deletions in the womb, and body inked up and all of that, and then say, I want a man of God. Like, if you don't get your goof ass out of here,
You have to read this
be
story.
married, divorce on the show looking for a man of God. Like, no. I'm not saying this is her. I'm not saying this is this woman's story, of course. You know what I mean? But I'm saying that to say, like, that's how they be on this show.
Also, I like a guy that is persistent and consistent. Yeah.
Okay. What are
Pretty
some
much.
deal breakers?
Deal breakers, I would say bad hygiene,
Okay.
for sure. Also, a guy that is rude, inconsiderate, doesn't have a relationship with God.
Yeah. That's good.
High level overview.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So, we do have a pop balloon.
Okay.
Let's go on over there. All right. Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
My name is Nick. I'm 40. I would say, like, you're beautiful, attractive, but
Thank you.
if I see you at the store, Target or something, I wouldn't approach you. It's not because you're not beautiful. It's just like, I wouldn't say you're not my type.
You ugly motherfucker.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So if you saw her at Target, you said you wouldn't.
nah.
Okay. Now, is he someone that's your type?
No,
Okay. And why not?
but you're very handsome.
Ugly motherfucker.
I just typically like a guy that has a little bit more meat on his bones. And just the lips are a little dark for me, but you're very handsome. And you
Black lip ass nigga.
Ugly motherfucker.
Charcoal lip gloss having ass nigga. Haitian girl having
You have to
ass
read
nigga.
this story.
It's like, no. I'm just roasting for no reason. But anyway, man, let's get back to it. Dark
carry
lips,
yourself
damn.
very well. If I saw you at Target, I would actually compliment you and tell you that you looked handsome that day, but I wouldn't see myself walking with you, you know. But yeah, you're very handsome.
I respect that.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Let's head on back. We've got 3 guys left. Go ahead and ask them a question.
Okay. So how have you guys prepared yourself for a relationship?
Okay. Name and age, and how have you prepared yourself for a relationship?
Jonathan, 41. Prepare myself for a relationship. I pray to God every day. I've been through plenty of relationships. I've been married. I did counseling.
So right here alone, if she pursues this guy, she's not acting in accordance to that Bible because he was already married. So unless his wife has died, he's still bound to her. But we gonna see how far her conviction go. Cause this is me personally. I hate when people act like they're what they say.
You have to read this story.
There's something as a virtue, like they're. It's like you're trying to act as if like you're real pure or clean when you're just as unclean, if not worse, than anybody else. And I'm not saying that to say this about her specifically, but that's just anybody in general. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we all have ups and downs. We've all gone through shit and gone through different stuff. So only thing you can pretty much at any stage in your life, especially if you're trying to get with another person, is say, hey, here's the things that I like. Here's the things that I don't like. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? If a girl, okay, here's the things I like. Here's the things I don't like. But if you're going to come on here and put it like a stipulation like religion or politics or things that are like abstract, don't have like a 100% defined definition, like, you know what I mean? Then you just wasting your time. And or you're trying to make me think you're smarter than what you are, and you're actually sounding dumber than what you are. You know what I mean? You want somebody who's God-fearing. Okay, he's divorced. Now, if the woman divorced him, I guess he can be considered God-fearing, but if he still enters into a sexual relationship, by the rule of that book, by the words of the book, he's still legally bound to that woman. So, because God's law is supposed to supersede state law, which it doesn't in this country. I don't know how or why people. I mean, my right hand man just got married, which I think is the dumbest thing in the world to do. But I've already had that conversation with him. But like, we'll see how far your religious beliefs go, because you claim like you're God fearing and all that, but I just don't. I just don't. Not no diss to this woman, because she does look good. She's darker skinned. I like her. I think she's pretty. Like, this is not saying she's my exact type of woman, but I like darker skinned girls. So, but this is what this is just what the book says. And if y'all gonna keep gang banging that book, then y'all gonna have to live by that book. You know what I mean? It's no different in a gang or a job. You sign on the dotted line, you agree to the terms of service. So the terms of service in that book says he was married. If that woman's still living, it doesn't matter what his state of affairs is with the woman, he's still bound to her by that book. The only way he's released from her is when she dies, or he dies. But outside of that, he's bound to her. So if you God friend, like you say, you want a God friend man, you're supposed to pass on this guy off rip. The same with baby daddies and baby mamas. When guys say the same goofy thing like, I want a God fearing woman. Okay, she's a baby mama. How's she a God fearing woman? She walking every day in sin. No different than anybody else. But because no different than me. I walk in that thing no different than Arlette or my wife or anybody else. But y'all keep wording it. Y'all keep throwing it out there as if like, you know, if you're going to have it, it's like a job. If you're going to apply to a job, apply to a job. If you're going to, spruce up your resume. Don't put like, I'm a Harvard grad and you just got a high school diploma, nigga. Like, you all type of cap now. Just say, okay, I graduated high school and I have some college training or some certificate or something like that. Even if you ain't, you know, that's what niggas do. Niggas get on their resume and they'll be a janitor and say they're a professional cleansman for a company. Bruh, you a janitor. I'm not saying don't spruce up your resume and don't make it look higher or better, but just say you're a janitor, you clean, and you're a professional cleaner, and You would hear to say certain safety protocols and this, that, and for people begin on the internet, put in a resume as a cleaner, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm a professional cleansman. I clean with these so and so and so and so chemicals. I know I'm an expert in this, that, and like, bruh, you overselling, you're overdoing it. That's how I know it's fake, because you're overdoing it. It's no different when rappers, you know how they say like the loudest person in the room is typically the weakest. Why? It's not because they just are the weakest. It's because they're overly loud. If you're overly loud, then you understand like everybody who's confident, everybody who's comfortable with their own skin and whatever, they wouldn't be that person loud in a room. You know what I mean? They would just be themselves. They'd just talk and interact with people how they interact with people. You know, they wouldn't be loud and maybe that don't go all the way around, and that's not in every facet of life. Because you go up to Chicago and talk to a little 16-year-old dude loud in the room, nigga, that's your ass. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Or even go to Philly, them YBC, Young Bag Chasers, the O to the 4, all them niggas, CCK, all them niggas from Philadelphia. They'll come get you. No. They be 16, 17, dropping bodies off. So take what I said with a grain of salt, but the overall practice is the same. You know, you're overly loud. If you're just gonna throw God out there in the conversation, like you want somebody this way and the fourth, like I can tell it's fake. I that's the number one way to tell it's fake. You know what I mean? And the problem with doing it that way, I'm getting ready to get back to the show. The problem with doing it that way is you're voicing it, meaning if somebody's smart or manipulative enough, they can just manipulate it. If you tell somebody, I want somebody God-fearing, all he got to do is act righteous or God-fearing long enough to get in your drawers. And then he wins. You see what I'm saying? Versus what you could have done is said, okay, I'm just going to meet the guy, see if he's God-fearing, and then make that decision. But when you tell somebody you want somebody God-fearing, okay, now you put the ball in their court. They could just say, all right, whatever, I ain't about to fake it. Or they could say, I'm going to fake it to see if I can get it. And some people fake it long enough to get the job. You know what I mean? It's no different than somebody going for a job. Like they could fake like they have a certain type of professionalism and certain type of education about a said skill. They can get the job and then they'll wash out because they don't have that skill. But they faked it to get in there. You know what I mean? It's the same shit.
To better myself as a
human. And I hope y'all learn something from that. You know, that's guys and girls. Both people can learn from it. You know what I mean? Don't just look at it like I'm not. And I'm not coming down on a girl because she's beautiful to me. I love the skin. Like that's probably perfect. Maybe a pinch of salt lighter, but that's like perfect skin right there. That's just to me. I like dark skinned girls or chocolate girls. So I'm feeling that, but I'm not coming down on her or him. You know what I mean? I'm just stating the nature of like the reality. You know what I mean?
Human as a man to be ready for my partner.
Wow.
Okay. Name and age, and how did you prepare yourself to be in a relationship?
My name is Sincere. I'm 45, and the way that I prepare myself to be in a relationship is just a whole lot of self-reflecting. Sitting down, looking over why things didn't go right before, why things might have got derailed, seeing what part I played in that. I think the biggest thing about people is just being very self-aware. If you're self-aware, you can notice your own flaws.
Absolutely.
You can see like, maybe I was tripping, I overtalked, I wasn't attentive, I didn't listen. Just simple things, and it's not as difficult as people might make it to just be self-aware and understand like the same thing that you don't want done to you, you don't do to others, and that type of thing. Just like I said, being very self-aware and understanding where I'm taking missteps at and fixing those.
Absolutely.
And that's how I prepare myself to be in a relationship.
Wow, that's amazing.
And over here, your name and age, and how did you prepare yourself to be in a relationship?
My name is Reggie. I'm 44. How I've worked to prepare myself for a relationship or my next relationship is dealing with any past traumas that I've experienced, self-reflection, just working to build myself up to be someone that is desirable. Someone who can.
And notice these are all, yes, they may be partially correct, but these are all generic answers. How did I prepare myself to take the test or to pass the test? Well, I studied. Okay, if I told you that, you would be like, okay, and that's all what they're saying. Okay, I studied. I prepared myself for the test by studying. So maybe she's looking for a certain way that you studied, a certain study program, like what? It's all gonna be relatively the same. That's why I said, like, even back to the guy friend thing, like questions like this, you gotta like, it's better to like stumble upon the answer than to like give somebody, like ask somebody to give you the answer. Because when you stumble upon it, then you actually know, okay, you learn from it, you know what I mean? Like you're actually learning, that's why I'll always just I observe things and I just say it. Like, even because I may get somebody who will watch my video and be like, look, I don't agree with your stance on religion or anything like that, but they may be open enough to actually see that I'm actually speaking truth about certain things being in the book and not being in the book, and that causing a big problem in our world today, because everybody wants to act like they're going to do it by the book, but ain't nobody going to go in the book to realize what's in the book and what's not in the book. And that's my gripe with the whole thing. That's why I have my issue with, that's why I say no GP. As soon as a girl says the guy friend or provider thing, just dead it right there. She's not coming into it with the right mindset to find a husband. And notice even the language that everybody's using: partner, partner, partner. I'll ask again, when it comes to men and women being together, being intimate or living together or being with each other in the book, do they use the word partnership? That's my number one thing. Do they use that in the book? Or are the examples of men being with women in the book are of concubines, which has a certain type of dynamic in a relationship, and husband and wife, of course, outside of children. You know what I mean? Husband has a certain duty, wife has a certain duty. It's not 100% exclusive, meaning like she can't do it. That's why the provider thing, like when women say it, is so asinine, because it's like, you're just trying to make me pay for all your bills. Yet if we did it by the book and I got you from your father and I married you, you wouldn't have these bills. The reason why women have bills is because they have experience. They have experience because they don't have a husband. If you went from dad to husband, you wouldn't have those experience. You wouldn't have the experience of having to like doll yourself up with weave and makeup and all that stuff like that. Because most guys don't like it, and most guys wouldn't just have a budget for it, or just like they'll say, no, that's not what we're doing. You as my wife are not going to indulge in that. But women don't have husbands, they indulge in it, and now they realize, oh, well, now they think they're self-reliant on it. And that causes your issue right there. But nobody wants to backtrack any of it. Nobody wants to look into it serious enough. That's why I'll say it, at least on my platform. And I'm not going to be like the love and relationship guys. Like I said, I'm not here for the success of none of these people. Shout out to Arlette. Love your show. Love how you conduct yourself as a woman. Shout out to you on your platform. But the rest of these people out here, because she's spoken for, so I'll say that to her. She's spoken for because of having a husband. But the rest of these goofies out here, the guys and the girls out here, your success means nothing to me. Of course, I want everybody to be successful in life, but hey, listen, I'm out here on my success trip. So if success is going to be had, it's going to be had by me first. Then whatever's left over, or whatever's in surplus, can be given to everybody else.
You have to read this story.
You know what I mean? So, I'm not out here putting no Mickey D smiles on nobody's faces. I'm here to get what I need to get, take care of me and mines, and that about it. Because I'm not gonna rely on any of you goofies out here to take care of me or to look out for me or anything like that. Now, when we got black on black crime in these neighborhoods, and I'm gonna start doing shows on that shit too. Now, when we got black on black crime in these neighborhoods at all-time highs, you know what I mean? Niggas is worrying about doing what Al Sharpton goofy ass, bald headed ass said, but thinking that's gonna hurt Target. You're not gonna hurt Target. You're gonna hurt more black people. Even if you ever could hurt a target. And it's the stupidest thing on this merit. What is the significance of February 28th? Nothing. No significance. Okay, why did you choose Target? Again, no significance. You chose Target and February 20th for no reason. Okay, whatever. You think not shopping there in one day is gonna hurt Target's pockets? Sir, do you not know that there are Caucasian women out here who shop exclusively at Target? I mean exclusive. And they actually pay. They don't steal. Not en masse. But you get the point that I'm trying to say. The overarching theme you get. Like, people out here are just crazy. That's why I say the things I say on my show. I leave it at that. Whoever like, comment, subscribe, did like it. But, and the rest of you people, hey, the best of luck to y'all out there. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I bring it back to Arlette and these people here. Like, this is the reason why I say the things I say. Like, she's looking for the answer. Baby, you need to find the answer. You will find it when maybe you look for it to like materialize. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
Something to offer. So, yeah, just, dealing with past hurts, healthy, and learning that, the other person isn't always at fault for how things end up. It takes two. Absolutely. And so just accepting responsibility for any faults that I may have had in past relationships, and just working to fix those.
Okay. That's amazing.
And what about for yourself? How did
Everybody's answer is the same, and her answer is going to be the same. It's going to be no
you
different.
work on yourself to prepare for your next
Hers is going to be
relationship?
therapy. We guarantee it.
Definitely therapy.
It's the same shit, different toilet. And there's, again, no diss to the woman.
I believe in therapy. I'm good. Yeah, everybody I think needs a therapy, but
No, we don't, because therapy doesn't teach accountability. That's the one thing therapy can't teach. It's built into how they do therapy. You go there to get relief of issues or a fix for issues that you caused or created, versus not going there and actually fixing the issue that you caused or created. It's no different than therapy is a loan. You heard it here first. Therapy is like getting a loan. You broke. You trying to buy something with money you don't have. That's what therapy is. You're trying to get to a place with false money versus doing it yourself and getting yourself there first. Therapy for whatever trauma. And yes, do certain people have mental issues? Yes, but it's basically like a loan. You don't have the upfront capital, so you go get a loan for it. You can't work through your problems yourself or with your book or however you choose to, so you just go get therapy.
also a lot of self-reflection, just thinking about how my role in failed relationships, and what I could do to fix it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to hand you a pick now. There you go. And I'm going to have you pop one balloon.
Okay.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Okay. And now, Reggie, why did you have your balloon unpop? Stand next to me.
Well, she seems like she has a lot to offer. She seems like she's done some good work on herself to build herself up for a new relationship. And she seems like she's ready and is responsible, or should I say mature. So, and she's attractive as well. So that's why.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Reggie.
And why'd you end up popping his balloon?
He's so handsome. And I love your response. I just typically go for someone that, I don't know, it's probably the tattoos. But actually, I like the tattoos.
And I wonder why when I say these shows ain't gonna work. Maybe I get it. People can be nervous and they probably can't articulate themselves properly, but I just go for somebody blank. I think it's the tattoos. Then no, I actually like the tattoos. It's like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing out here? You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing worse than a smart dumb nigga.
Just had to pop someone. I'm sorry.
It's hard.
Gosh, but you're very well put together, and
It's fine.
yeah.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. We've got 2 guys left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
What is the most significant relationship in your life right now, and what makes that relationship so significant?
Okay. Start right here.
Easy money. My kids, easy money. I have 2 kids. My daughter and my son, 4 and 12. And
He got a 4-year-old at 45.
And that's the most significant relationship in my life. Taking care of them, guiding them, pushing them to be great. My life kind of tied around them in a sense, but I also had the freedom to do whatever I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, because how successful I am in my own business. So, you know what I'm saying? But the most significant relationship would be my kids. Head heads over everything.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And what about over here?
Jonathan, 41. I got to steal his answer. My daughter's 17, freshman in college. My twin, we look just alike, they say. They say we eat everything alike, so. But that's it. My daughter, maybe my god sister too. Yeah, my god sister, my daughter. Yes.
Okay.
All right. And then let's throw it back to you. What about for yourself?
So for me, I would say I had to really grow my relationship with God, because, you know, I was going through some things, had some few dark times, you know, and I just really had to just, you know, dive back into the Word and, you know, cultivate that relationship with God. So I would definitely say God.
Number 1.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, guys. Any questions for her? Okay, go ahead.
You have any kids?
I do. I have one.
You Negroes on the internet are going to give me my. I'm going to
You have to
carve my
read this
space
story.
in this online community, and I'm going to carve it using them damn Christians, bro.
No.
I'm trying to tell you right off the rip. Right off the rip. So, single mom, which is fine. She's fine. She look cute. Like, I like her. She look cute. Single mom, throwing God out there left and right as if that's the pinnacle. It's not that people don't make mistakes, because we all do. I have friends who have kids that they're not married to the mom. Some people have fallen into drugs. Some people actually went the route of actually taking life and spending time in prison. Trust me when I say we are all equally effed up on this earth. All of us. I don't think that anybody's worse than anybody else. No different if you a boy, she, you know, or a she boy. You know what I mean? We are all equally messed up. We all equally should find our way to God. Fine, I'm good with that. We all on equal footing. You know? My problem is you're throwing it out there. You're raising a card as if like you're acting better, or you're better, or you get to get preferential treatment, or you get to get an extra scoop of sprinkles on your ice cream when all of us get one standard scoop because your belief in God, or your profound your overzealousness, if that's the right word, or your you're abundantly vocal about God, and you're using that as a reference, like, hey, I'm set apart from these heathens. Meanwhile, all the heathens that you're supposedly set apart from, when we look at you, we see our exact self. We all looking in the mirror. whether that's you're in the LGBTQ, whether that's you took a life, whether that's you on drugs, whether that's you got baby mamas and baby daddies out here, whether that's you lie, cheat, steal, whether that's if you scam, whether that's if you done the most debaucherous things on earth. We all in it. We all stepped in sugar honey iced tea out here in this world. But you want to raise your hand and hold the card up as if you're better. And then you're going to start using that card to communicate with people as if like their communication has to filter through that card. Meanwhile, because they're dirty, because they're stinky, they're all those negative things I just said, all those things that I just said that people are. Meanwhile, the person that they're speaking to is all those things I just said and or worse. And that's my issue. That right there is my issue. And that right there is the reason why there's no men in the church. And it ain't gonna be no men in the church. And even God, when he come back, said he ain't going back to the church. And then you goofy ass niggas just allow Marvin Sapp, wide body kid built ass. Y'all just allow Marvin Sapp to get up there and lock the doors of a church and basically demand that people give up 40K. I swear to God, you Christians, like y'all are so, and the worst part about it is you don't see it. You only see the day to day, and that's fine. Most people live day to day. Most people eat day to day. There's people in certain countries, they can't plan out a weekly meal prep. They got to get theirs day to day. I'm fine with that. But for those of us who can see a little bit further past day to day, we can see week to week, month to month, year to year. You act like we're the vermin, yet your day to day is filled with people like Marvin Sapp, filled with people like, not necessarily this girl, but women who have this mindset that, oh, I'm gonna hold the card up and act like my God card is just, everybody has to talk to me, filter through my God card. Or when I speak, they're not going to hear my BS because I'm holding up the God card. Like, it's the most ignorant thing that people do. And when it comes to this dating show, not Arlette, because Arlette does what Arlette does. But when it comes to these dating shows and how we communicate with people on earth, especially black people, it's I don't even know what to say. It's downright disgusting. You know what I mean? Downright disgusting. Downright disgusting. Only in the black community can a baby mom, whether she, let's just say she was a baby mom, she wasn't married. She could have been married, divorced, widowed, doesn't matter. Only in this world or in our community can we have, and this is guys and girls do this, but for all intents and purposes, a baby mom get up here with the God card, hold it up, and act like she's going to speak like, and act like she's going to filter men through that God card. Meanwhile, men are looking at her and we see right through the God card. We see right through the baby mama. We see right through the LGBTQ. We see right through the you hooked on drugs or selling drugs. We see right through the lie, cheat, steal, kill. We see right through all of that. But then you're mad at us, or you act like we're wrong. The worst part is you act like we're wrong when we don't see straight through it. That's my issue. We see straight through it. I was watching a YouTube, and I'm not gonna say his name, just because I know he doesn't really care for this stuff. He's an older YouTuber. He's in the male development space, but he said there's a rule of marketing. I don't know if this is 100% legit. I'm not gonna look it up, but there's a rule of marketing that if you can see the manipulation in in an ad or something like that, you're not the target audience. And I was thinking to myself, well, damn, I see the manipulation. So if I was single and I see this girl, and more guys are starting to see it, that's why more and more guys aren't in church, because we can see the manipulation. We can outright see it, so we know we are not your target audience. So if I was like a guy, and prime example, if I'm this guy, I know I'm filled with sin, or I've done whatever. I live my life and I'm not deserving, right? and this woman comes up to me acting like she's all holier than thou. Okay, cool. You're holier than thou. You want a real strong Christian man, blah, blah, blah. As if you don't have anything. He asked one question: do you got kids? And what did she said? Yes. She said,
Yeah.
You see the thing I'm trying to say? Like, it's debaucherous what we do. It's ugly. But hey, I can see it. I can see the manipulation in the advertising. That's why I know I'm not the target audience, which I'm good with that. So I know I don't need to buy into it. The same, and this is the problem that the quote unquote church needs to fix. Because the church don't have damn near no men in it. And wonder why there's no guys in it. Because you're not just going to continue to peddle. We know, we can see the manipulation, like I said. If I can see the manipulation in it, I know I'm not the audience you're trying to target. So there's no reason for me to interact with it. You know what I mean? I can see you tie the little knot and go like this and it disappear. Or you know the little thing people used to do with their thumb and they act like they pull their thumb out. You know what I mean? I can see the shit. I see behind the curtain. But you expect me to fall for that thumb trick. No. Men aren't doing it. We're not falling for that thumb trick. And that's something that people gonna have to live with. But let's get back to it.
20-year-old. She's in college, going to school to be a veterinarian. She's makes straight A's. She's like a genius, and she's a lot of fun to be around. So yeah, that's like my little best friend.
Okay, and one other question. Light skin lives matter, right? I'm just asking. I know Kendrick Lamar messed us up, but can you bring us back?
Oh my gosh. Light skin lives matter.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you.
All right. Any questions here?
Yeah, I do. I got, where you live?
In Tucson, well, Houston, but I travel to Tucson quite often.
What part of Houston?
Near Alvin, Galveston.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. I'm from Houston, too. That's why I'm asked that.
Oh, what part?
The Southwest, Memorial, basically. I stay in the Memorial area, like Memorial, Galleria, in between that
I know
area.
exactly where that is.
Understandable.
I was gonna say, he said Memorial. That sounds like bad shit going around there.
What else I have to ask you, beautiful? Do you hit the gym?
I do. So when my knees agree, I love CrossFit. But yeah, I just like did a marathon. It was pretty hard, and yeah, it took a toll. But I love working out. Yes, that's really important. I actually meant to say that, but I forgot. But
No, you
yeah, I love the gym. Like absolutely. If I'm not doing like something hardcore CrossFit, then I enjoy like just taking long walks.
So what's your profession again? Do your profession allow you to be able to move around, travel, do your thing?
It does, yes.
Okay, and what is it again?
I'm clinical lead for a research company, and that's remote, and I also co-own a mental health clinic.
Interesting. That's different. Very different.
Co-own a mental health clinic. I don't know if it doesn't sound like it's a physical location. It sounds like it's well, her main job is remote, but that mental health clinic that she co-owns sounds like it's online. Which she can be like any type of life coaching or life servicing on the mental health side, which is cool. I mean, shout out to her. Hey, listen, everybody needs to get online. Listen, the world, if you're black, get online. Make content. I talked about this with my friends 1,000,001 times. I got one friend who's doing music. Okay, cool. Do music. Shout out to him, and he's a phenomenal rapper, phenomenal artist. But for everybody else, listen, the whole world is online. We're going digital. When you go to your doctor's office, I mean, yes, you fill out a demographic paper. I'm 36. I remember going to the doctor as a kid and them having to find, or even like the military, because my dad was in the military, so I went to the military hospital too, right? And they'll have all the folders of your information on the wall, and they're like pulling folders out. They're not doing that shit no more. We going to the doctor. Everybody got iPads, tablets, little phones. I mean, we're not using pen and paper like that no more. Not saying that we're not, but I'm just saying in another 5-10 years ain't gonna be no more pen and pad. Your information is just gonna be sent over directly. Like you know, we're getting straight into the luxury living of humans. We passed the analog living. Now we're in the digital living, and soon we're going to be in the luxury living of humans. So get online, do something. I don't know, dig in your nose or fart or beat your feet online or something, nigga. I don't know what to tell people, but get online and make content. You got kids out here 17, 18, 19, 21 years old making a effing grip of money. And the only thing they do is play Call of Duty online. They play it online for 5-6 hours a day, though.
No.
It is what it is, but that's the nature of the game. But they got a following. They playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, they Madden online all day, Grand Theft Auto online all day, making anywhere from 150 to $1 million a year. And all they doing is uploading, creating a little thumbnail and putting it out. And then they can get so rich that they can just pay somebody to do that shit. So make content, especially if you black, man. Get on the internet and make content. I get it. You don't want to put your face in it. You ain't got to. I mean, there's people who don't do that. There's shout out to Unbox Therapy. I'm gonna give him a shout out. He's a guy that professionally unboxes like technical equipment. Shout out to MKB HD, I think. But there's another one. There's a guy that just unboxes electronics with gloves on, and I think he's got like 400,000 subscribers. He doesn't even talk in it. He gets multiple camera angles, and he just unboxes like a new cell phone or a PlayStation and shows all the components inside and out. And he's got to be making $200,000-$300,000 a year just buying shit and unboxing it in front of a camera. Just anything, you know what I mean? Make content, man.
Sexy.
Thank you.
Scott. All right. So it is time to pop.
She is
a
fine,
balloon.
though.
Whenever
like
you're
her.
ready, go ahead and pop that one.
Can I ask one more question? Please.
Okay, go ahead. Yes,
Thank you
yes,
so
yes.
Hold on.
Ain't nothing worse than a smart dumb nigga.
I can feel it, nigga. I can feel it. She can
Ugly motherfucker.
She can ask something stupid.
He said he had a 4-year-old, a 12-year-old,
And then his is 17.
17-year-old,
Oh, 17 and 12.
17 and 12-year-old. What is the relationship like with the parent of your children? The other
Okay.
parent?
Co-parenting.
Jonathan, 41, great. I mean, both of my kids live. We have a good communication. We're good.
Okay, and both kids are by the same.
No, my first daughter is by my first marriage when I was 21 in college, and I have another daughter.
Okay.
So he's got 2 girls, 2 different baby mamas.
Okay. What
And
about
this guy clearly has 2 different baby mamas. How do you know, Wayne? I'll tell you how I know. Because one is 4 and one is 12. And you
have to
don't get
read
that
this
big ass
story.
gap. No type of way.
here?
She said, what was the question again?
Their co-parenting relationship. How is that?
That's what I was thinking about. First, I want to commend you for the way you said the parent of your kids and not your baby mamas.
I don't like that word
'Cause,
either.
Yeah, I don't like that. I want to commend you on the respectful way you asked that question. Secondly, I have an awesome relationship. My first son, mother, that was my high.
Boom. God damn.
Oh man, I'm getting too good at this. Of course he has 2 different baby mamas. You don't want to call them baby mamas because you want to be respectful and polite and all that. But I'm going to call them baby mamas, nigga. You got 2 baby mamas. She has a baby daddy. And the dude's side, you got 2 baby mamas.
High school sweetheart, married for all my life to her, got a divorce, and then my second child is by the person I was in a relationship for the last 6 years. So, yeah, I got a great relationship. They could never go without. as long as I'm here, like they the mother of my kids. So if they hurting, then my kids hurting, and they see that, I can't have that. So if they would ever need anything, like my son mother is married, if they ever feel on hard times, they could come stay with me. I got you.
Oh. Now you might have effed up. You might have effed up. Cause she may be, see, here's the true test of the God-fearing. He's saying, okay, I get it. I'm not with the mother of my children. If they fell on hard times and they needed a place to stay, they can come stay with me. But she's thinking in her head like, I don't know. So let's just see if she has a pick with any of that.
Child, bring your husband, bring everybody out.
Nah. You ain't doing that shit either. Now I was with you. I'm with you on the if for whatever reason I'm divorced from my
You
wife.
have to read this story.
And we were amicable, and she's not like trying to like ream me in the courts and like try to like remove my parenting from my children, then I would have that sense of, okay, it didn't work out. I will always look after you because I have children with you. But if you trying to ream me over the coals and you trying to screw me, you know what I mean, and think I'm gonna help you, you know what I mean?
Hit me. You can't do it.
You can't do that shit to me. I got you. You know what I mean? It's a wrap. You do that shit to me one time, it's over. That's all it takes. You do that shit one time, nigga, it is beyond over. You know what I mean? And then they'll have the nerve to ask me for money on the back end for like gifts or like even Christmas gifts or something. Hold on, yeah, don't go on, and then gonna divorce me, take my kids away, and then remove me from being a parent, and then gonna ask me for like money or something like.
And you thought you would get something from me for Christmas, bitch?
You ain't getting shit from me.
I thought I would get something from me for Christmas.
You ain't getting shit from me. I ain't giving your ass nothing.
Ain't no Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Try to take my kids away. I ain't giving your ass shit. That's if you try to do it to me, but so long as you don't do it to me,
Oh shit.
we good.
Shit. Ain't no Christmas. Ain't no Christmas.
Come post up here. My daughter mama, you know what I'm saying? If anything was to ever happen, fall on bad times, hard times, I got them. Come on. So we all cool. It's a big, happy family, no issues. We intermingle. It's a great thing.
It's a big, happy family. Why your ass ain't with them?
That's amazing. It's beautiful.
All right, now it's time to pop.
Okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead. Keep the balloon still.
Okay. Sorry.
I already knew Houston.
Don't say that.
All right, so you had your balloon for quite some time. Why so?
Beautiful lady, very educated, like what she was talking about. So I was interested.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Keep up the good work too.
Thank you.
And why'd you end up popping his?
Just honestly, I should have said that whenever I initially came out, but I prefer a guy that has children by one woman.
No.
He don't. Now the other two guys, she did either pop or he just popped off rip, but he got 2 baby mamas too.
But
so.
I appreciate that, the co-parenting situation is good. But you're very handsome.
Thank you.
And I love your skin tone. It's
Thank you,
great.
thank you.
It's a great skin tone. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You're beautiful yourself.
Thank you. I love the hair. You have a nice smile. Yeah, it's like you light up the room. So yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Don't make me cry.
Okay, so you said you prefer a man who has children by one. So if I'm corrected, you have 2, right?
Right.
You have 2 separate mothers for your kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a deal breaker for you?
Yeah.
It is? Okay.
Ain't nothing worse than a smart dumb nigga.
Hold on, dog. This hold on real quick. Cause this I'm about to start clipping some shit. Let me go ahead and cut that on. Cause I'm about to get to talking about something. Alright, that's on. Let me go back. Dog. You just heard the man, and she's a clinical researcher. She says this is the reason why I say the things I say about people on mental health. This woman is stupid. This is a stupid woman.
Ugly motherfucker. Ain't nothing worse than a smart dumb nigga.
So let's just recap before we get out of here. Cause she's gonna pop, and then we just gonna. Let her pop.
You're good.
I'm sorry.
We'll just leave it at that. Now here, make me full screen. This woman is a single mom. Just right off the rip. Let's just throw that out there. Single mom. She asked the dude, what was their situation with their kid's mother. He said he has two mothers of his children. He explained the situation to both of them. Said, I got both of them. My 4-year-old's mom, my 12-year-old's mom. And here's the reason why I come down on people like this the hardest. Because remember, she's the one who held up that Christian sign. This woman ain't even, her marbles ain't even collecting fast enough for her to realize that this dude had 2 kids. Now, I get that you say you don't like something. You prefer to have one mother. Cool. But he already explained that. And if you're just going to pop for it, ma'am, you knew that going into it. You knew that. That was the reason why you asked her for an extra question to ask them. Thirdly, you a cold clinical researcher, man. Oh, you do clinical something. Clinical something meaning you have to look at documents and papers. You sign papers every day. Right? You sign papers every day, and you have run mental health, a mental health clinic online. So you're giving mental health therapy to people of some sort. You're not even sharp enough to catch that. I get it. Okay, so let me get this straight. So both guys say that they got 2 kids by 2 different women. Cool. Then you say, I want a guy who just has 1 by 1. Well, Arlette kind of threw you up under the bus, but it doesn't really matter because he's a sharp enough man to say, well, I told you I got 2 different women. I have 2 different mother of my kids. So he said that. So, I mean, then you're going to say, okay, at that point you should have said, okay, cool, whatever, it is what it is, fine. But then you want to pop because of it? Ma'am, it...
You ugly motherfucker.
And she not ugly, you know what I mean? I just use that as a joke, but she fine, like she fine as fuck to me. But dog, like, come on. You heard him say that. And this is again the reason why these shows ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work.
So you did hold on to your balloon for quite some time. Why so?
Basically, I done popped on everybody, so I ain't want to pop again towards the end. Now, let's not take away nothing from the beautiful young lady. She was in Houston, so I felt like it was some opportunity there at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's her loss, not mine. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what you judging off of, you know what I'm saying, then at the end of the day, hey, babe, I'm him, Jim. You missing out.
Don't try to swag it up on the end, bro. Nobody's believing that goofy shit. Now you fell into you found a dunce. You found a dumb.
Ain't nothing worse than a smart dumb nigga.
You're not gonna over swag up her. She ain't even sharp enough to pick up what you putting down. She ain't gonna she not gonna understand it. It's too late. She not understanding the pimping you about to lay down.
All right. Now, is he someone that's your type?
Absolutely. I love your dimples.
Thank you, beautiful.
Yes, you're very.
All right, I'm done with this shit. Listen, man, these people batshit crazy on this show. Shout out to Arlette, and we gonna be back here tomorrow with some more reaction. Or I might record some a little later on, but gotta run to the store so I can get my paraphernalia so I can take my medication. Anyway, yeah, man. Shout out to y'all.
You have to
Like,
read
comment,
this.
subscribe, man. And I know y'all enjoying them shorts. I got way more shorts. Let me just show y'all real quick something. This is on me, not my screen. Okay. So let me just show y'all something. Let me show you all these shorts that I got labeled. No, that ain't what I want. Potential reels. Y'all see this list? Each one of these is a reel. And I kind of named it something. But y'all see the list? Look at how many reels I got. This is all for like 2 or 3 shows. So I'm releasing reels. I just released 2. Tomorrow I'm releasing another reel. And then I'm trying to get it to release 1 reel per day. And I think I'm gonna start doing that on top of making the YouTube videos chopped up like this. So I'm about to get out here and put, belt the ass on this content.
You ugly motherfucker.
So anyway, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna be back in here tomorrow with another dope video. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all.
You ugly motherfucker.